So welcome back to another fanfiction idea, and more specifically, the Paradigm Wars. So, for any new subscribers, I always like to do a brief rundown in case I get any new subscribers watching these videos. The Paradigm Wars is basically a series that was kind of born out of a joke, where basically I had my wall of pop figures, which, as you can see, right here, has gotten extensive. Now, I believe, almost 200, it's 194 now. And basically, what has, when I was doing a live stream once, someone said, hey, your pop wall looks a lot like a, it looks a lot like a a selection screen for a fighting game. So it's kind of spun into like a, what if this was a video game, and what would the story be, and what would all that be? So, the story is, for this quote-unquote game, fighting game, is that there's these race of beings called the Paradigm. And the Paradigm are a race of these omnipotent beings who have these godlike powers, but don't know how to use them because they don't understand, like, any morals or anything like that. So they've been looking through the multiverse and looking at good and evil. So they gather all these different heroes and villains from across the multiverse, plop them here into a makeshift world that's kind of like Battle World, with each area being like a version of that person's world, and they keep adding more lands and people, and basically say, here's the rundown: we are godlike beings, but we don't understand what is good or evil. So here's what we're gonna do. You guys are going to fight it out, and which side wins is the side we will deem worthy, the path will follow. So if good wins, then we'll use our powers for good. But if the bad guys win, then evil, we'll use our powers maliciously, because that's the side that won, so obviously that's the better side we should follow. So, yeah, and the Paradigm keep experimenting with other heroes and other villains and other characters from other multiverses, and even different timelines, such as having Zuko from Season 1 here, and as well as Zuko from Season 3. You also have, now, recently, you have also for the multiverse, because this was we're dealing with a new updated story. Previously, it was with the Decepticons taking over for a short time, but now we've got a new a new like big boss. Like, think of it as like an expansion storyline, and that is the Specter is here in this storyline called Day of Judgement. The Specter hasn't really been brought here, but he's caught on to what the Paradigm are doing, and he has basically taken control of the world. And now he's taken control of the world of the Paradigm have made, and is now like, alright, so here's the deal. I don't approve of what the Paradigm are doing, but there's so much evil here, and the heroes that are here, also, some of you are not really all that good. You know, some of you deserve to be punished. So the Specter has now taken over and plans to destroy everything and put it in like God's image, because this is a Specter without a host. So, yeah, in this new kind of video game, hypothetical video game, the Specter would be like the new final boss. But here's the difference: is like, if this was a game, it wouldn't be like with Chernobog or the Decepticons, where they'd be non-playable bosses. This time, like, you would be able to play as him, kind of like you could play as Shinnok after beating him. So yeah. So, as for new characters that have arrived in the in this battle world, you have, of course, the Specter, but he's also got like another boss he's brought along with him. He's got like a special boss character you would have to encounter in your matchup, and that character is Kong. Kong is here. He's got his battle axe, and Kong, how I imagine the fight would go, is kind of like something equivalent to like when you're fighting the Titans in, or the Titans in God of War, which is funny because Kratos is here, or like fighting him in Shadow of the Colossus, which is also like how I'd imagine a fight with Chernobog would go. But yeah, so for other new characters, we have Wonder Woman, who there is a Wonder Woman here, but it's Flashpoint Wonder Woman, and she's completely crazy. So there is now Death Metal, a Wonder Woman from Dark Knight's Death Metal. She's here. You have Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, and Peter's here, and he's like, Miguel, finally, someone, some other Spider-Man character. I'm really hoping to find like Miles at some point. I really want a Miles Morales in my collection. But anyway, there's also Dracula, who, yes, I do have a Dracula here. That's from Castlevania. But this Dracula is from the Francis Ford Coppola movie. And when he finds out that they're, when the two Draculas meet, they're like, there can only be one here, asshole. So, yeah, those two have a bit of a rivalry. You have Space Ghost, who's also here. Space Ghost is, and not Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I'm talking like classic Hanna-Barbera Space Ghost. You have Duke from G.I. Joe and Zartan are both here now. Beta Ray Bill is another new character who is, and it's funny because I do have characters from the MCU movies. Not as much as I'd like to have. I'd like to have a little more, but they're getting a little more difficult to get. You also have, finally, Optimus, because he was alone against Megatron, Soundwave, and Starscream. But now, Grimlock is the only... he's got a new Autobot to help him fight against the Decepticons. But it's Grimlock, and Grimlock doesn't, as you all know, Grimlock doesn't get along well with Optimus. You have... I'm just looking at the other new characters here. There's also other DC heroes, like Barry and Oliver are here, but it's Barry and Ollie from the CW show. And Pink Ranger, finally another Power Ranger Tommy has, because he's just been fighting Dracon and Zed all by his lonesome. There is also Evior from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, who, Hela from Thor Ragnarok is here, and Kratos. So Kratos and Evior don't get along because Evior believes in the gods, and Kratos is like, slow your roll there, Junior. I kind of know a thing or two about gods. But yeah, that's kind of like, that was kind of the idea. Like, also for this hypothetical game, this game would basically have when you battle the Specter, the ending for the character would be like either you. The Specter's basically like, you've beaten me, but now, like, what do I do now? So the character becomes the new Bond with the Specter. They basically become the new, like, vessel for the Specter at this point. They bond with the Specter and become its new vessel and use its powers however they wish. So that's the idea now, is that the Specter is now, like, if the endings would be like for this new updated game would be that the Specter, the ending storyline would be like bonding with the Specter and becoming its new host and using their power, like the person would use their power for like however they saw fit. Anyway. So that's just kind of the fun idea I had. It was just like, I just got the new pops, courtesy of Jason Voorhees 2011, who, Jason, I know you're watching. Thank you so much for that. This was, it was really cool, and has brought the collection up to 194. So, yeah. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this new updated version of the Paradigm Wars? Do you guys like it, hate it, and, as always, just comment below, let me know. I know a lot of you guys get excited to see, like, ooh, new Paradigm Wars. Always fun. That means his collection got updated. And, it really did get updated today. I'm sorry I keep looking back there, but it's like, new pops. Good collection. Good. Anyway, so I'm just rambling at this point. So once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse, and I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.